各位观众晚上好，我们今天要玩轩辕卷3云和山的彼端 or as we know it in English, The Legend of Xuan Yuan Sword 3. No, Xuan Yuan Sword 3 Myths Beyond the Mountains. Hello everyone, welcome to our usual stream. Sorry for the late start. It took a little while to get set up. I also had a little tussle because as of today there was a update to this Nintendo Switch eShop to make it how digital game management is a little bit different now because they have the virtual game cards, which are pretty cool. But now I needed to set it up and I forgot about that. So I actually am using So fortunately, I had a physical copy of the game here. Yeah, look at that. Look at Septim and Nicole over there. I know it's a little bit glare there, but I had a spare I had the physical copy because I forgot that I have to migrate my digital game card to this Switch because we have two Switches that we use at home. But no worries, it took a little bit of time to get that figured out, but I got it. Yeah, for the sake of speed, because I was like, hey, wait, I was trying to start the game earlier and I couldn't, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot, it's a digital game card system now. So, it took a little bit of time, so if anyone owns a Switch, that's kind of how it works if you're using two Switch. You're playing a game with multiple Switches. But it's kind of cool, you can lend a digital game to someone who doesn't technically own the game for like, I don't remember, it's like... And then for yourself, if you yourself own two Switches, then you can swap which one's the active one for like 2 weeks. Or something like that. I forget the system. Anyway, but we're not here to listen about that. And of course, welcome Illusion King. Welcome. We are here because Septim has become the Emir of Baghdad, right? Question mark. That's the current question right now. Is this real? Is this real life? Is this just fantasy? Call it. Oh, okay. No. We're not gonna sing Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen, the famous rock band. But I know that is the very first few sentences of Bohemian Rhapsody. But we're not. I am not going to sing. I cannot do that song justice. For I am not Freddie Mercury. It seems like there's nothing in this room, so let's just move on. We need to go greet our guests as the Emir and his wife. And Septim says, wait a minute. Septim says, Widad, what about my previous clothing? Or I say, what about my clothing from the past? Widad says, what clothing? Septim says, like, it's from the time in the past when I was traveling toward the Tang Kingdom with Master Hui Yuan. That blue outfit. Widad says, like, my husband, just now you must have been dreaming about that old cleric from the Tang Kingdom. And she says, like, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. That event happened 5 years ago. It was a very long time ago now. And then Septim says, Widad, today for... I don't know why, but I feel like my head is very... I feel very lightheaded. It's like I am not someone who belongs in this world. Oh? I wonder why... And also just to... I'll bring out my dictionary just for safety, but... This outfit that makes it difficult for one to move. Let's see. Or like, how do I say this? Let's see. This outfit that makes it difficult for one to move is bind me to the point where I don't feel where I don't feel free enough. I I just wish to wear something that is more comfortable. My husband, today there are guests arriving. You mustn't be so stubborn. Yeah, she says like, yeah, because obviously at the time, if you wanted to greet you, like, assuming that he is the actual emir of Baghdad, he is it would be very improper for him to be not wearing proper clothes to properly greet his guests. Especially since they're very high level guests. Septim says, Widad, my most beautiful wife, please tell me. Or like, no, not please tell me, like please listen to me, I guess, like, or like more like, I don't know why I said that. Like, no, that doesn't make sense. What, like, please, or like, please do as I say, I guess. Maybe that's the way to put it. Like, otherwise, I swear to Allah, I will say that that I am unwell and that I will be unable to receive guests today. Yeah, basically he's insisting. He's like, let me do it, please. My dad's like, fine. I do as you wish. Your clothes are in this room. After find it, I'm not going to be able to. Let's see. I don't care if you get laughed at by our guests. Septim says like, thank you, Widad. You really are the kindest person in the whole world. Or let's see. You truly are the kindest person towards me in the whole world. Yeah, so basically, Septim really doesn't want to wear this outfit. Alrighty, let's go. I mean, I guess I could save. It doesn't really. I'll save here. Doesn't really make much of a difference. Ah, here it is. All of my clothes from my old clothing is here. You have returned to your old outfit. All right, let us head out, Widad. And Widad's like, oh, what kind of outfit is? Or let's see, how do I say it? What kind of appearance is that? Clearly, you clearly have the appearance of a thief that... let's see. How do I say this? I'm trying to, like, Let's see. Hold on. You clearly have the appearance of of an unsightly thief. Yeah, I was trying to see if it was if I was wrong, but I know it must be someone who's not worthy of being seen, which just means unsightly. Septim says like, "Oh, don't say that, my lovable wife, we died." This outfit gives me a feeling of familiarity. I don't know why today, but it is allowing me to have a feeling of finding something that belonged to me. Or let's see. It's allowing me to, or let's see, allowing me to somehow. Yeah, I guess allow me to painstakingly maybe find back. Let's see, painstakingly obtain that feeling of something belonging to me. Yeah. Let's see. Later on, you will clearly be laughed at by the Emperor of the Franks and the others. It's all my fault for that I never tossed them away. Or maybe I should say, it was me to blame, having tossed them away in the past. Sometimes says, "Oh, don't go angry at me, Widad. Let us go." I do wonder, would Widad actually throw away his Septim's old outfits, though? Like, does she seem like the kind of woman to do that? But I don't know. Or maybe she would, actually. I don't know. Who knows? But let's get out of here. Oh, the garden objects are here. Good morning, Septim. Poseidon here. Septim says, like, "Aren't you the 4 statues from the moving island? Why did you end up here?" And then Athena says like, "Humph, you have the nerve to talk. It was you yourself who moved us here 5 years ago." Let's see. Widad says like, "My husband Septim, these you brought over when we were when we were newlywed in order to serve as the decorations for our new house." Septim says like, "Oh, that's right." Oh, interesting. I don't remember how to... Hold on. Let's see. These past... Anyway, Michael here says, "These past few days we have been listening to the sound the wind of..." Let's see. I've been hearing word from the the spirits of the great earth, saying that the fact that you agreed to ally with Satan to destroy the world order has caused many of the gods inside the heavenly realm to be very disappointed. Septim's like, what? So didn't you notice these let's see, in these time let's see, not these time, these past few days when you've been walking, the angels have all been coming over to attack you. It's because they want to stop you from meeting stop you from meeting with Satan today. Oh, interesting. They're like question marks? Everyone's still saying question marks, huh? Widad says like, my husband, we should hurry to the grand hall. Otherwise, I'm afraid our guests from the outside kingdoms will have waited too long. Wait. They're saying that Septim allied with Satan to destroy the world order? Vidant says, she just says like, we have to hurry to the grand hall. Like, she's afraid that people from the outside kingdoms will wait. She's gonna say the same thing. I guess we're not allowed to talk to any of the stone statues anymore. Wait, my husband Septim. What is it? Guardian Spirit Kama, Guardian Spirit Ankh, please come out immediately. Let's see. Kama, Ankh. Just now I have heard the stone statues say that it is the angels that are causing trouble for Septim. Even though I do not know whether or not that is true, but I must ask you to help Septim. And then Ankh and Kama Ankh is a mere trifle. No, it will be no problem. Widad, why is it that Kama and Ankh are now together with you now? My husband, that they were the present that you decided to give to me on our when we were to be wed. Did you forget? Is that so? Man, this is so. I actually really like that like we've kind of flipped our narrative on its head here. Let's see. Back then, you said that I, as a woman who is constantly charging enemy lines, would. Or let's see. Best out, you said that I, a woman who is charging enemy lines, it would be very difficult for. Oh, sorry. Let me switch it. I know. I'm just like thinking in like Chinese, trying to switch from Chinese to English word. Back then, you said it would be very difficult for a woman like myself who is constantly charging enemy lines to avoid danger. So you yourself so you gave your own guardian spirits to me, or you gave these two guardian spirits to me. Maybe that would be better to say it. Something goes dot dot dot. For you to give your own precious guardian spirits to myself. Back then, I was truly very happy. From what the stone statues are saying, these past few days there have been people targeting me. Or so targeting you. Sorry, I don't know why I say me. Excuse me. No, these past few days there have been people targeting you. So that is why I thought to have these guardian spirits return to you, so that they can protect you. I know, poor Kaman Ankh don't get a say in this. I do remember do have recollection of doing that. It was something that happened 5 years ago. Thank you, Widad. You are so let's see. Let's see. Thank you, Widad. You are so thoughtful and attentive. I truly am very moved. Thank you. I know, poor Ankin. Come on, they don't get a say in this? They don't, apparently. Well, that would explain why they're not in the kettle, so. Ooh, fancy, fancy. This little mini palace. Yeah, I don't think there's anything to obtain for now. Oh, I'm gonna... How shall I save? Let us go ahead and save. And that healed our... Oops. Oh yeah, I want to actually save, please. Thank you. We'll just save here. I don't think there's anything else we can really do. This is a the servant Mana, and it says, Lord Septim, after you claim victory in the east, you have to help me obtain. You have to help me bring back spices from India. Okay. Well, this is Shalina, and she says, the servant girl, and she says, Lord Septim, after your victory in the east, you'll have to help me bring back the silk from the Tang Kingdom. So we're going to the Tang Kingdom after all? Question mark. General Moray, may I ask you to lead our guests into the Great Hall? Oh, okay. I guess I moved the story a lot over. Sorry, I'm moving the story along. Moray says, Lord Septim, the Emperor of the Franks, the Great, the Pope, and an emissary from the Kingdom of Tang have all arrived. Here they are. Hey, wait. Hold on a minute. Okay, yeah, this is definitely gotta be a dream. I don't remember. Like, Miles here says, like, ha ha ha, Septim, it's been a long time. Let's see. How does it feel? Feel standing... Oh, let's see. Standing on the peak of power. He literally says that, or maybe like having, perhaps in English I would say like obtaining like the peak of power. Yeah, maybe attaining it instead of standing on it. But sure, we'll go for that. Miles, aren't you Miles? Septim, my friend, what's wrong? Why do you look so surprised? And also look at yourself. What kind of appearance is that? Wasn't that your outfit from the period of chaos 5 years ago? It has been a long time, Septim. Do you still remember me? Lillian? You're Lillian. No. Please pay closer attention to my face. Yeah. You wanted... Alright, guys. Take a guess at who she might be. I'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If your guess was Nicole, dang, you're good. Even I didn't guess it was Nicole, because the line here says Nicole. I took advantage of the fact that y'all can't read. But of course, if you played it in English, you already know that Septim says Nicole in that line. Yeah, I know. I was surprised too. Also, I gave her the wrong voice. Sorry about that, because I was surprised too. Anyway, she says like, "Oh, you're really bad at this. You figured it out? Were you really that?" Or let's see. Did you really look that much like Lillian? Why is it that I never discovered that in the past? Who asked you back then to not take good care of me? So now you can't even remember clearly how I looked like. So that's why I returned back to Lord Satan's side, and now he is the Emperor of the Franks. The Emperor of the Franks? Well then, what about let's see. What about the original king of the... Or how do I say this? Well, what about the original king of the Franks from the past, and his minister, Lord Pepin? Septim, did you forget? 3 years ago, you and I allied together, and then we destroyed them all. Let's see. Forget about the king of the Franks. When the Prime Minister Pepin was sentenced to the death by us, he still couldn't believe that you had betrayed him. How did that happen? I sentenced Lord Pepin, who had my utmost respect, to death? Septim, That is indeed what it means to have power. If you do not kill the other, if you do not kill the other side will kill you. Or maybe if you do not kill the other will kill you. Maybe I would say. I'm trying to think of a good way to. Maybe I could think of a better way to phrase it. In any way, he's just saying like it's kill or be killed. Maybe I could actually I would make it. If I had to localize it, it would be it's kill or be killed. Exactly. That was too literal. Let's see. His son Charlemagne decided to continue the resistance using his remaining forces. Last month, I too destroyed him. So that was the only reason I was able to come here to meet you, to prepare for our eastern conquest. Yeah, I will say, if you are a student of history, you will know that can't, like, it shouldn't be possible for, or that would actually alter history, because what actually happens in history is that, of course, Charlemagne does not get destroyed, and Charlemagne, if anything, Charlemagne is the one who creates the Carolingian Empire by conquering more lands, so he has pretty much... He won't get the Iberian Peninsula, because that will belong to the Abbasid Caliphate at this time, and it will remain it will remain a Muslim king for a very, very long time. But everything east of there, like, he will get France and what will become Western Germany. Like, it's not going to be called that for a very long time too. In fact, that concept of a Germany doesn't exist at this moment in time. They're Germanic people, but they are not. But they are. There's no mass Germanic state yet. So yes, this will actually alter human history if this actually were true. If Charlemagne were to be destroyed. But anyway, let's continue on and see. And this makes me suspect that something is very up, that this may not be reality. But let's find out. Eastern Conquest? Septim, did you forget? That was our goal. Our goal was to conquer the Tang Kingdom in the east and conquer the entire world. As of present, we have already conquered all of Europe. And also let's see. And also you have you have already control of the entire Islamic world. With our 200,000 troops from the kingdom of the Franks, and in addition to your 300,000 troops from the Islamic Empire, we should be able to conquer the East with one fell swoop. Let's see. This will be the greatest military operation in history. Yeah, could you imagine in human history an empire that powerful that it could wield troops from both the two of the most powerful regions as of this time in history? Although they don't technically have. They only have Northern Africa, so they don't have the rest of Africa. But I suppose the African troops wouldn't really help you for conquering the East. Well, I guess it would. But I actually will have to say I'm not too familiar with the I know it's really sad. It's actually like a lot of people aren't really familiar with Afghan history as of this point. I don't think, would Mansa Musa be around at this time? I forget if it was in the 700s. Give me a sec. Speaking of powerful African generals, or not generals, or kings, Mansa Musa, probably still the most, probably still the, no, Mansa Musa's not till much later. I don't know what I'm just going, I've gone mad apparently. He's from the 1300s, so no. Mansa Musa will not of the Mali Empire won't be around for another 600 years. Oops. That's what happens when you don't know history. So I guess when you study history, you have to be humble and recognize what you don't know. Or like recognize that there's a lot you won't know. Sorry, anyway, we're gonna get off topic. Yeah. But as of now, like the most powerful nations are still in the East and in East Asia of the Tang Kingdom, or China essentially, and of course the Abbasid Caliphate. Yeah, the as of now, like yeah, the Eastern Roman Empire is definitely not in its best, and of course the Persian Empire has ceased to exist, or for now it has ceased to exist until much later, because right now it's part of the Abbasid Caliphate. So yeah, you would theoretically have enough. And of course you have the most powerful Western European empire, which is the Kingdom of the Franks. It hasn't been called that. It's the Carolingian Empire eventually. And of course, you know who this is. Huang Lei, of course. It's interesting, and don't worry, I'll tell you what he has to say soon enough. One sec. Let's see. Lord Septim, as of present, we are currently in the midst of a civil war. The Emperor of the Kingdom of Yen, Lord An, has already taken control of the eastern part of what used to be the Kingdom of Tang, and he has driven that that stupid old emperor into the deepest mountains. So yes, you are hearing that the kingdom is called in Chinese Da Yan, and of course it is the Great Kingdom of Yan, I suppose you could call it. That's actually often how they call like kingdoms that you belong to, like Da Zhou or like Da Song. Like that's actually how you refer to a kingdom back then, in case you're wondering. So that's how you're able to figure out what's the name of the kingdom you're talking about. Oh yes, Septim is very confused because everything has flipped. And it's quite interesting that Huang Lei has decided to defect from Tang and become part of this new Chinese state called Yan. But in actuality, in history, I don't think there was actually a Yan kingdom. But maybe I'm wrong, and there was one, or attempted to be one. Because anyway, the An he's talking about is the one that rebelled against the Tang Kingdom Anlushan, because that's actually what happens very shortly after the Battle of Talas River. And yeah, apparently, like, it seems like the Abbasids did have a big victory over, like, it was a cost, but I was actually incorrect based on what I did a little bit of studying of the Battle of Talas River after the last stream. The victory was pretty decisive, and so the Abbasids didn't actually suffer too many losses. The problem was that they couldn't pursue the king, go any further, because for one thing, that Battle of Talas was like the very edge of both the Abbasid Caliphate and the Tang Dynasty's sphere of influences, and because of that, they couldn't really have time to send like big forces to maintain the control of Central Asia. So the Abbasids never really could control all those kingdoms of Central Asia so like that easily. So they really couldn't take advantage of their own victory, because like there were too many interests there, and sending your troops to fight off in the frontiers really doesn't help the integrity of your empire. So it was basically just too much work and too difficult to maintain control. And then the Tang Dynasty after that will face the rebellion from the Lord An he's talking about, An Lushan. So like that's probably where that comes from. But in this reality, of course, that is that rebellion's actually going to do. Yeah, so, and anyway, I also have to correct myself that Yan Kingdom is indeed An Lushan's kingdom's name, or like attempt, like, so that's why he defected with An Lushan. But in this case, An Lushan is like the one, like, so that's the kingdom of Yan that he's talking about. Right now, they have great success, but in actuality, they did not succeed in overthrowing the Tang Dynasty. Like, but the rebellion is underway as of this time. It definitely weakened the kingdom of Tang, and like yeah, they had like the kingdom of Yan did actually succeed in booting out the emperor for a period of time. Hold on, I'm also just trying to remember. But yeah, this rebellion was the kingdom of Yan is short-lived. Essentially, they did have control of Chang'an, the city, the capital, for a while. Anyway, I know I'm getting a little ahead of ourselves here, but I just wanted to give context and also get a little bit of context myself, because I didn't study the An Lushan rebellion that much. Anyway, but of course, you leave it to Huang Lei to be the one of the people that decides to overthrow the king of Tang. And granted, it makes a lot of sense considering he's one of the people that was part of the disgraced army that lost to the Abbasid Caliphate. So his prospects for getting promoted were probably pretty dim. So becoming part of the rebellion is probably your only way to get any type of social mobility. Smart. That actually makes a lot of sense from a story's perspective. I know, I've been talking about history. I like this stuff a lot, so I find it fascinating. And I like how they've kind of tied it together with these historic events. I gotta love... Xuan Yuan Sword is just really good at this. Let's see. And at present, the foundation of the kingdom of Tang is about... has been shaken and... has been shaken and is about to collapse. This... This could be called the greatest opportunity. Or let's see. No, actually, yeah. This could be called the greatest opportunity given by heaven for your both of you, for your conquest of the East. Interesting that they would have the kingdom of Yen want to ally with this great multi-continental empire of Satans. I find that quite interesting, considering that they were actually just trying to seize power. Why would they want to give it to an outside force at this point? But hey, we gotta go with it. That is correct, Septim. This Lord Huanglei just happens to be the emissary, the all-powerful emissary sent by the Emperor of Yen. The Emperor of Yen is willing to aid us in a pincer attack on the Kingdom of Tang. I plan to... let's see. Wow. Anyway. Let's see. I plan... after destroying the kingdom of Tang, let's see. Let's see. I plan to go against the agreement and destroy the Emperor of Yen and conquer the world. The days counting down to that moment are but merely could be counted on merely one's fingers. Yeah, sorry, I had to rearrange it into. It's a run-on. It's like it would be a run-on sentence if you translated it literally, like most Chinese sentences would be. Hold on, Septim is like, what in the world? I feel like I'm having a dream. Is this all true? Yeah, sorry. I make sure is this all true? Anyway, sorry, just going to get something real quick. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, just making double sure. Septim says, oh no, sorry, Miles says, Septim, I have heard that General Mori say that you are a little ill today, but I still must recommend that you should go outside the door and see all of our armies are ready. ... Yeah, it's weird to see Lillian. Nicole looked like Lillian there. Look at the... Yep. Frankish and Abbasid troops there. These armies... I never would have thought that in the end I would use this method in order to go toward the kingdom of Master Huiyan. Yep. And if this is true, right now they're currently trying to sell us that this is what is happening. So let's see. Septum. There is no... Let's see. There is no room for tardiness for military action. You, as a leader of tens of thousands of people, please make the final decision. Maybe. Yeah, Guo Jue is like, or please make a decision. Please make your decision. Maybe, I don't know. That maybe might be better. Yeah, they're basically waiting on him to say, "Let's go attack." Septum says, "No, not yet. Please allow me to get my bearings, or please permit me to get my bearings, and also thank you to the game so that we can get a save." This is Sabit, and he says like, "Long live the Emperor of Islam. Destroy the kingdom of Tang. Conquer the East. Long live the empire of the great empire of Islam." Yeah, empire, sorry, not emperor. And Rashid here says, "Lord Emir, your..." Quite interesting. It would seem, but like I'm really curious what happened here. Let's see. "Lord Emir, your military accomplishments are splendid. No one in the Arab world can compare to you." And this is Bakr. Bakr? Yeah, Bakr. 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 He says, "Lord Emir," let's see. "You now have the opportunity to, let's see. The opportunity to, for an unparalleled achievement. You truly have my respect." The domain of our kingdom of Empire of Islam is about to be is about to be expanded once again. Praise Allah. You know, it is kind of it. I really think it is quite interesting. This is the first time I've ever seen a story where the forces of Islam are working together with the forces of Satan himself. That is bizarre to me, considering like just the implications of what that would be. I do have to wonder if in Islam, if there is a concept of if there is a figure of Satan that works similarly. I'm not familiar enough with Islam to tell you, but like working with the enemy of Christianity, and then that is crazy to me if you think about the implications of what this kind of crossover of religion is. It's crazy. This game story is nuts. Seriously, in a good way, by the way. This is not a bad thing. I just think it's just the implications of just what is going on here is completely nuts. By like, I have never heard of any other story where that would happen. Like that is crazy to me, but it's kind of cool because definitely is gonna make me remember this story for a long time. Just like how the cross of religions together. We've seen 3 of the major ones anyway, so that one should be like, it's pretty crazy. All right. Let's move. Let's continue on. Let's talk to me that. Anyway, the speaker is incorrect here. It says Nicole, but it really should be Widad. Widad says, "My husband, whether or not you choose to go, I will always support you." Yeah, it's very Widad's the best. I do have to wonder if it's kind of interesting that Nicole isn't complaining that Widad is your wife, considering like how much strong Kama and Nicole were attached to Septim. But anyway, let's continue. And this is Ida, and she says, "Lord Septim, may your eastern conquest go well." Thank you. Yeah, there's Cornelius there. I do find it interesting that I just realized that the U she uses both the honorable U. If you've noticed, Nin is and then she uses the casual U later. That's kind of interesting. I don't know if that's actually a typo, but in any case, I think that's quite interesting. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Oh well. But yeah, she's just saying, "I will always support you." Let's talk to Nicole. Or I guess I could talk to Cornelius. Lord Septim, with just your one command, our faraway troops will then set out, or like our troops in the, or yeah, it literally is, our faraway troops will then set out. Yeah, Cornelius, the one who killed Lillian. I don't know. It is also weird to think that Septim would willingly want his aid. But anyway. Oh no, we've got a bot. Huang Lei says, Lord Septim, The entire world is now within our grasp. Please make your decision. Nicole says, Septim, you should hurry and make your decision with let's see. You should hurry and make your decision about or decide your reply toward Lord Satan. Yeah, interesting. That's Nicole, by the way. Still so weird to see her dressed like that. All right, come on, Satan, not Miles. Septim. He just says like, yeah, military action cannot be we cannot tarry with regards to military action. You're the leader of tens of thousands of people. You need to make a decision. I'll just say wait. Hold on. Let me make myself emotionally. Yeah, it's the same thing. You have to decide to move out anyway. Well, we gotta make the best of the situation, so let's go talk to Miles. Satan. Alright, let's head out. Septim says, very well. I have... my mind is clear. I have decided to go on this eastern conquest. It was my wish for many years to head toward the kingdom of Tang. And now that I am the highest commander of Islam, and now that I have the great task of increasing the domain of our empire, the Empire of Islam, yeah, or actually, it's like, and as the emir, he has the responsibility to increase to expand the domain of the empire. Mori says like, Lord Emir, while you are, let's see, Lord Emir, I will handle the. You can, let's see, how do I say this? Lord Emir, you can safely entrust the affairs of the kingdom to me while you are gone. And Septim says, well, very well then, I leave it to you, General Moray. It's kind of crazy. Moray went from just a simple pirate, and now he's a general. Crazy. How things change in such a short amount of time. Septim says like, very well, everyone. Let us set out. Well, it seems like this is indeed what happened. We are leaving Baghdad in not the way the game had us believe we were going to do. We were merely heading to... It is time we'll trudge through Persia to Central Asia. We are back in Talas again. Septim says like, Talas, we have we have arrived here again. Kind of interesting to see Frankish warriors in Talas of all places. That is so weird. In actual history, to think like given that it would be very difficult to bring a Frankish army all the way at the time, yeah. Like, of course, later on in with the Crusades, there were troops from the Kingdom of the Franks that would be present. If anything, it's actually kind of funny because like during the time of the Crusades, the Muslim armies actually called all the Crusaders Franks, even though of course they were not all from the Kingdom of the Franks. But it's just kind of funny. Their generic term were like, it's those stupid Franks again. So it's actually the kingdom of the Franks was a very prominent kingdom, as you know. That even the Crusaders themselves were not called Crusaders; they were called the Franks. They're like, oh, it's the Franks again. We have to defend our land from them, or defend our territory. But yeah, as of right now, there is no Catholic Church. So back then, anyway, we're not going to talk about the Crusades. We're going to go off topic again. Sorry. But yeah, it's kind of crazy to see a Frankish. In any case, this is pre-Crusade, so seeing a Frankish army out here is a little crazy. Very crazy. Master Xuan Yuan, I have failed to fulfill our promise. Not only did I not bring your ashes to your homeland, back to your homeland, but I too am no longer the septum of the past. My friend Septim, if we go a little further, we will be within the territory of the kingdom of Tang, and finally, our shared dream of many years will finally be fulfilled. Back then, the empire of Great Tang was powerful like the midday sun. Let's see. But yet it was still no match for the kingdom of Islam, and now they themselves have fallen into civil war. Let's see. Our eastern conquest this time will definitely succeed, or definitely find success, or no, definitely succeed. Maybe better. Wait, that is Master Xuan Yuan. Like, this is absurd. You knave. Weren't you burned to ashes 5 years ago? Weren't you burned to ashes by Septim 5 years ago? Like, this is the Xuan Yuan from past. Oh no. Escape! Run away! In any case, thank you for translating ahead of time. It's very fast. It's in any case. Xuan Yuan is saying the same lines from earlier. I am the warrior Xuan Yuan from Great Tang. You shall not take a step closer. Yeah, and of course the Solomon soldiers recognize that he is the one from back then. The invisible god of war has come back to life. Yep. The other soldiers. He must have been protected by Allah. The Eastern expedition is against Allah's will. Nice. And the soldier like, run! The soldier says, anyway, the soldier reports, Your Highness, the army of Islam, when they heard that the god of war of the Tang kingdom had been resurrected, their morale grew into disarray. And Miles says, what? This soldier says, like, Your Highness, within the ranks of the army of Islam, there is word being passed that that Allah has set the the god of war, to stop them. Let's see. Some of them have fallen on. Let's see. How do I say this? 下拜 is to fall on your knees, I guess. I think. Yeah. Some have fallen upon on their knees. Yeah, I was right. On their knees in surrender. Some have escaped, or some have run away. Miles is like, damn, what are they doing? Quite interesting that they're using a previous event and to like how they've connected to the previous event. Septim, your army of Islam is in panic. You should hurry back to the rear and not steal their force. Like, how do I say this to calm them down? I guess you should hurry back to the rear to restore their morale. Or maybe, I think, yeah, that's probably how I would write it. It's more like you have to go back and stabilize their hearts. But, like, I don't really know how to say that. Like, that sounds really weird, so... Septim, I think Septim's just... Wow, things are going pretty poorly right now. Because... Your Highness, our army has been... Our army is getting scattered by the fleeing army of Islam. The situation... It is chaos in the ranks. Ho. Things are going they had the advantage, but it looks like Xuan Yuan managed to put the fear of not God in them. Let's see. Anyway, Miles says, bastards, I will go stabilize, or the bastards, you go tell them to you go stabilize our armies. I will be there immediately. Eric Miles says, hey, Septim, are you hearing what I am telling you? Septim says, like, Master Xuan Yuan, so you were still alive. I failed to fulfill our promise. I am truly sorry to you. Let's see. Amitabha. 5 years ago, I was already turned into ash. This is merely my soul. Did you not promise me that you would go to my kingdom and learn the rule of benevolence? Come, look back and gaze. Gaze upon all that is behind you. Is this truly what you want? what I want. Power, glory, riches. For the sake of these, is it... Let's see. Was it worth it for you to betray and kill your commander that believe? Let's see. The commander that believed in you the most back in your past. Very interesting that this is happening. Was it worth it to go around and destroy others' kingdoms and loved ones? Come, or let's not see. Answer me. Answer this question. And now I have to wonder what happened. It's interesting that but it's at the same time it does seem that Septim remembers all what he did. So it's kind of interesting that he's having this disconnect now. But then again, earlier, as you saw, one thing they did establish, he could have just said no there back then, like just now. I granted, maybe he probably couldn't have said no so easily at that point, given the fact that he had preparations. But after he had regained, he still decided, like, you know what, let's do this Eastern conquest. He had a little bit of hesitation at first, but then he's like, all right, let's go ahead and do it. Even after realizing the fact that he had betrayed Pepin, he said, like, he was like, you know what, let's still do it. And that was like, that's actually pretty damning for Septim, because that means that he actually, like, he was like, oh, I decided to go to Tang Kingdom, I'll still use this method, why not? He decided to go along for the ride. But like now he's run into Huiyuan again, and he's being forced to confront, like, hey, you just made that decision. Now you decide, like, knowing what you know, and of course seeing all the things he's obtained, he still decided to do it, and that's bad. That means he has to confront that. He doesn't get off scot-free, like he had amnesia or anything like that. I like that, though. This is a very important moment now. Anyway, so Miles says, Septim, you mustn't believe that knave. That is merely a ghost. That is a ghost. He wishes for you to give up. Let's see. Give up on the power and glory that is just about to end. We are just about to obtain. Yes. Septim, do not worry about whether or not I am a ghost. You must think clearly. Think about the question I have posed to you. I know that within you there's still a righteous heart. Go, ask your own heart, ask your own spirit. It is as a dream. These 5 years, the power and glory I've obtained these past 5 years. let's see. From when growing up, the time I was the most happiest was when Lord Pepin trusted and recognized me, and also when I was together with Hindi Vidad and Master Huyen. That peace and to me, that peace and friendship is like priceless. Let's see. Are the actual priceless riches. Let's see. Even to let's see. I do not want to lose them. Not even if I were given all of the power in the world in exchange. Or like, even in exchange for having the chance to obtain all power within the world. I guess, yeah. Like the act of the act of being able to get all the power in the world. Septim, what nonsense are you saying? It is I, Satan, who is your best friend. Our shared dream is to conquer the world. So I finally understand. I am Septim. I am not an emir. I know what I myself want. Miles, I'm not going to conduct this conquest of the East. I want to start anew. I am going to head toward the King of Tang in the East to continue my own journey. What are you... What nonsense are you speaking? You would give up on your own army. Miles, these past 5 years, I have gone throughout the world and brought a great amount of let's see, how do I say 战乱 is more like wartime, war and chaos maybe, and brought the chaos of war. Yeah, I wish to go to the east to find the rule of benevolence, to make up for my own past mistakes. It really did feel like a dream for us too. Perhaps I could say negligence. Amitabha. It seems I... Let's see. How do I say this? It's like... How do I say this? Let me try to think. Yeah, like... It seems It seems my judgment was not in error. Let us go. Wait, Septim. I cannot permit you to leave like this. Let us go back to Baghdad. Widad. Septim, every time you say you are going. Oh, let's see. Septim, every time you say that you are going, you go. I'm trying to think of a better way to say it in English. Hold on a minute. Let me think. Yeah, Septim, every time you decide, you yourself say you are. I'm trying to think of a good way to say it. I'm sorry. It's not coming to me. Give me a second. How do I English? How would you say this in English? Give me a second. Septum, every time you decide to leave, you go ahead and do so. It was the same 5 years ago, and it is the same now. Let's see. I declare to Allah, even if I have to use brute force, I will have you stay by my side forever. Dang, Widad. Well, she is pretty strong-willed. I'm kind of not surprised at the same time. Widad, it is I who am at fault. You really have treated me very well, and yet I constantly end up hurting your feelings. I'm truly sorry. But, Widad, this time I must go. Let's see. After everything, let's see. After I finish doing everything that I need to do, I will come. Only then will I stay by your side forever. ... So yeah, in any case, at least this does confirm that Septon would be willing to be married to Widad. So they are kind of, I suppose that makes them the canon couple. So sorry, other ladies, yeah, you didn't really have a chance. Granted, they had the best chemistry anyway, so I am personally think it's a good match. Yeah, you can. Because Widad's pretty awesome. So could you really say he picked poorly? Come on. Oh, boo. You are not in support of it? It's okay, I'm just kidding. No, everyone has their own choices, has their own preferences. Anyway. Oh, interesting. If you must go, then go. But will you really come back again? My husband Septum, says Widad, and Miles says like, or how do I say this? You detestable fool, something like that. Dang, it's interesting. The status quo is backed. Yeah, you're actually surprised the canon ship isn't with a female party member. Yeah, I know. It's kind of interesting. Because, yeah, in Shenzhen or Sword and Fairy, it's usually it's within, the choices, at least, are within the female party members. For Xuan Yuan Sword, up to this point, I haven't seen it I am not knowledgeable past this game, of course. So up to now, it has always been one of the canon couples were the female party members, but like not in this game. I know, right? I will always support you. Exactly. Well, okay. Let's be fair to her. She actually thought about. I know. She was like, "I'm gonna stop you," and Septim's like, "No, I really gotta do this." And she's like, oh, "Okay." She was like, crap, okay. Because she was like, she was basically like, at the end, she's like, but he really wants to. So I will give her at least credit that like she backed down when she had the chance to do so, and she did not decide to strong arm him, which I will give her credit for. But yeah, it is true. I guess of course, I'm like, in the end, it is kind of funny. It's really hard. It's a lot harder to execute those words when you think about it. But yeah, I will give her credit that she did back down, which is good. Let's see. Hui Yan says, Amitabha, I have truly given you trouble, great trouble, Septim. In actuality, the reason I stayed here all this time was so that I could take you to a place called the Heavenly Mountain. The Heavenly Mountain? Didn't you want to go to the Kingdom of Tang? Do find it quite interesting. I thought that Satan would have actually tried to actively stop Septim from leaving. But then again, it actually kind of makes sense that Satan really couldn't touch Septim at that point. The thing is, like, Satan needs the army of the Abbasids. And if you decided to harm the Emir, you basically have lost your chance to have access to the resources of the Abbasid Caliphate. So that would have been very dumb, and Satan is anything but dumb. He knows his hands are tied anyway, because the army of the Franks has to deal with both the army having to stabilize the army of the Franks, who are getting scattered by the fleeing army of the Abbasids, and then he has to so he had no chance to do anything to Septim. Essentially, Septim was at the point where he's kind of, ironically, his position of power has made him essentially kind of untouchable by humans. And Satan, and he has that leverage on Satan. It's like, well, if you don't have him, then you can't do your world conquest. On the journey toward the Kingdom of Tang, you will definitely pass by the Heavenly Mountain. Like, it's after you pass by the Heavenly Mountain, you will end up in the Kingdom of Tang. Do not worry. Although we're going into the one that's facing a rebellion right now, so they're having a civil war. So things are gonna. If you go to Chang'an or like a big city, that city is kind of in the midst of warfare. I guess it's under the control of An Lushan at the moment. There is an immortal that lives at the very top of the heavenly mountain. He should be able to be of help to you. That this was the reason that I have come here. The Heavenly Mountain, huh? Very well. Let us set forth. I know, we have all that time. We don't have Nicole. Interesting, Nicole didn't try to stop him either. Are we going to get Nicole back again? Then no. Oh, we've got some weirdos. We have the Abaddon and the mountain demon, mountain monster, I suppose. We don't have any of these for contract, so let's try to get one of them if we can. Or we could kill Abaddon. Fine. 71. Or Hui Yan could kill our target. Thank you, Hui Yan. 100, 135, and 6. Okay, let's just go to the village. Oh, we have a bunch of Abaddons that we can take out. Uh-oh. Healing. Oh, lame. Ow. Oh, Hui Yan just demolished that guy, so... I don't think we can. No, we haven't done enough damage. Ow! That is the attack of the Earth Dragon. Let's see. Come on. It's not dead. No, it's dead. Wait, no. 140, 180, and 6. It's fine. It's fine. Let's just go to the village. I never would have thought we would arrive at the kingdom of Tashkent, the homeland of Yuan. This is my first time seeing it. The last time it was an illusion by the king of illusions, king of mirages. Wow, this is a really long dream. I don't know if it's a dream anymore, though. Seems pretty real to me. But then again, yeah, that's true. If it wasn't a dream, then history is forever altered. Especially like Charlemagne dying would be a disaster for Western European history. So, true. Maybe it is a dream. Septum. Sometimes an illusion can be even more real than the reality itself. You must have calm. Must have the calm of wisdom. So, hold on, let's see. Kind of interested to hear this music again. Let's see. Let's see. The calmness of wisdom, so that you yourself will not you will not succumb to trickery. I know. I think that's the best way to put it. Like, so that your organs will not be subjected to confusion, maybe? I don't know. You say, Confused by your senses? Yeah. Actually, yeah, that's actually even better. Thank you. Master Huiyan, 4 years ago, using my power as the Emir, I helped Prince Yuan rebuild his kingdom. It's just unfortunate that while he was in the midst of let's see, while he was journeying, he died of sickness. That is why when I arrived here, I suddenly remembered so many things that happened while we were still traveling together. So like all the more I have there are some feelings remaining. So Mr. Yuan himself has also become let's see, has also become part of not merely someone from the past too. Amitabha. Let's see. I love White Cloud's gray dog. I know it's kind of interesting. I like what this is an interesting saying. White Cloud's gray dog. I think it's just a saying. I don't know if it's like some kind of sutra, like, because it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me about. But he's talking about oceans and fields. Time brings. I think like I see. I had to look up what this idiom meant. It apparently it just means that time brings great changes. Within 5 years, the world certainly has changed a great amount. Alright, well, we have regained control of ourselves again. This is the kingdom. At least we get to see Tashkent in reality now. Yeah, this is comedy I hear so many times in songs. Blue seas become mulberry fields. Yeah, I actually did not. Yeah, it's actually kind of interesting. I didn't really run into it as much, so I didn't know it off the bat. But it makes a lot of sense. Make sure to talk to everyone in this room. And it just, we talk to Shui Jingjing, more like water crystal, I guess. I don't know what she says. And anyway, this is the mom talking. Didn't I tell you when you are when you're together with the man that you must be loving toward, that you both must be loving toward each other? Why are you fighting? And this is 质问大帝, 语文大帝. I don't know how to translate this. And then she says, she's just saying, I don't know who gave me my name. Oh, no, actually, no. You're right. Actually, 相处 doesn't necessarily mean romantic. Sorry, you're right. I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of the... You're right. No, she just means it's important to be nice to people you interact with. You're right. Yeah, sorry about that. I guess I don't know what I'm doing. What am I saying? Yes, sometimes I guess I've been... What have I been reading? Too many romance dramas or something? Oh, goodness. That was bad. Sorry about that, guys. But anyway, yeah. She's just saying you have to be nice to people you interact with. 相处 doesn't necessarily mean that kind of 相处. Like, being in a relationship. It does look just could mean like when you're friends. You're hanging out with your buddies or something. So, I don't know what happened there. But apparently I went off the deep end. But anyway, so the little girl is you and Ati. I just don't know who gave me my name. Yeah, so her name is Yuan Dadi. And then the children all laugh and say, I'm Yuan Dadi. Which sounds even worse. So then that's why I ended up fighting with them. The other kids specifically. Yeah, because her name is Yuan Dadi, which sounds a lot. It's like Dadi is like Great Earth, and then Dadi is like answer and and drop. So we're like, it's just like crying, maybe a crying, a little bit of implication of crying. Yeah, Yuan drip drop. Instead of you and Great Earth. So this little like thing doesn't really make sense in English, so that's why I have to actually tell you her name in Chinese. And Shui Jingjing, her mom, says like, you know that fighting is wrong, and yet you're not reflecting upon that, and you're still blaming other people instead of reflecting upon that. Instead of reflecting, And then you and Dottie is like, I won't do it again. Okay. Yeah, she means like who gave me this name that she's about to talk. Oh yeah, she's saying, yeah, she's complaining that her regular name makes her get teased, and she's like, I really want to change my name. Oh, Yuan Dadi, Yuan Tian, Yuan Tian, his name. Let's see. My wife. Normally, my wife is very loving and very warm and kind, or is very warm towards me. But when she's let's see. How do I say? When she's chastising Dadi, the little girl, she's very strict. I like this. This one is like, if you don't refine the jade, it can't become a vessel. But that's actually quite interesting. I think that's what the idiom means. Yeah, if you don't carve one, sorry, if you don't carve the jade, it can't become an object. That's the idiom, by the way. It just means that if you don't, I said refine, but I think it's carve is better word. But let's see. Do you carve jade? I guess you do, actually. Yeah, you don't refine it, so I just had the wrong word. Anyway, she says that jade cannot be an object without some carving, but that's the idiom. So she's just saying that you can't. She hopes that she'll be able to teach Dadi to become someone of use. I guess I don't know what the equivalent would be in English of a saying like that, because of course that saying doesn't really make as much sense in English. But anyway, I can't think of it right now. But there probably is something like that. Okay, we've talked to all of them. So, not sure what we can do with this family for now. Sorry, I keep talking to Yuan Tian. That's why you're seeing that text. Okay, now that we've talked to them, I guess we can leave. Okay, stop. Stop. We need to stop talking to Shui Jingjing. Or Water Crystal. I know, it's kind of an interesting name. Here we are at another house, and Gambalun is let's see. We brothers, the two of us brothers have came here to settle. And these many years, at the very least, you could say we had. Let's see. A little bit of glory. Maybe Chenji is like. We have, and you could say these years we could at least say we have had a little bit of success. Maybe success is better, because that was the word for grade. But no, it's a cheat. It's more like the results. Oh no, my camera decided to go blurry. Sorry about that. One sec. Don't know why the cam did that. Thank you. Let's see. But it's just unfortunate that within 100 li, or 100, not miles, but it's like the equivalent of distance. That within 100 li, there's the population is extremely small. Like he's basically saying like around these parts there's the population is very small. I'm already quite old. Who knows when I will be able to obtain let's see. How do I say this? When I'll be able to obtain a house and a wife. Yeah, his wife. Or actually to obtain just a wife, right? Oh, he just says the same thing. Yeah, it's just a wife. Tao Fang, 媳妇 is just like, yeah, it's just a wife. It just means wife. Obtain a wife. There's an Aluba, and he says, my big brother is not very industrious. All he thinks about all day is how to obtain a wife. Every day outside of sleeping, he just simply idles about. I just don't know how to scold him. Yeah, you ain't gonna obtain a wife if you just choose not to do anything. He said you guys had some success, but it looks like he wasn't responsible for it at all. Oh well, whatever. Alright. Yeah, he says, come, I have all manner of goods. Feng Pei. Let's see. Nothing I really care about here. I guess we can have the restore spirit pill. I might as well just obtain a few of them. Oh, whoops. I did not mean to cancel the transaction. The Sacred Word Stone is to cure seal. I actually do want more of that. Thank you. I have money to spare, so get a few of these restore spirit pills. I don't speak Uzbek, so I'm really not sure how to pronounce these names. But anyway, this is Feng Yi, the merchant, and he says, just looking at how much time. We don't have a lot of time, so probably going to have to end to. You have lots of good items in the later town. Okay, that's good to know. So basically, I should probably forego shopping this time, is what you're saying? Let's see. We are an honest shop. Sir, you can please feel free to shop to buy at ease. I guess like he basically, we're an honest shop. You can purchase without worry. Yeah, only buy what you think is necessary. Got it. I don't really have much of anything. We have the silk gloves. This is not the anti-evil ring. It's not very interesting. This sucks, but so nah. compared to what we are already wearing, and you can't really do much with this. These are throwing items, so whatever, I don't really care about them. Like, this is the shuriken, or like the... It's not a shuriken technically, because it's not technically Japanese. It just means to rotate. Like, it's like the spinning knife. It's literally what it says. Spinning dart, maybe. And this is the flying feather leaf. But in any case, yeah, there isn't anything interesting. Maybe the silk glove is the only thing of interest. It's not too expensive, so I'll go ahead and grab it. The rest aren't very interesting. These are poles, but we have no character that can use them. My guess, it's probably for the 4th character, but we don't have that 4th character yet. Yeah, let's go change our gloves out. Thank you. Please come again. Yeah, we don't have a lot of time left, so probably I'll just talk to a couple people. And this town is very small. The shepherd Ganji says, "It is my... It over there is my... let's see. The goat I raised the earliest. I guess this is the best way I can put it without sounding really weird. It's the ram I raised. I raised the earliest, maybe. Maybe, I don't know how. I'm trying to think of how to say it. More like, this is the first. It is the first animal I raised. First ram I raised. There you go. I have named it Man. I know it sounds weird if I say it that way. Nanzahan just means like a real man. Kind of that feeling. So, a real man is the name of the ram. Do you manage to form a pact with an Abaddon or two? No, I have not. All of the little goats here were born from it and Chinger, which is another one, and Baishui, which is which means white snow. So you're saying that I should definitely form a pact with Abaddon. Septem says, like, it looks like this well has collapsed. There's no way to go down anymore. That was used by Rien, but it looks like it actually collapsed. Yeah, pretty useful guy. Okay, we'll go ahead and grab them. Ganshi here is... Oh, I just don't have time to this. Like, in any case... like, under the dark mountains and... hold on, give me a sec. Actually, I guess if I translate it literally, that's fine. That's actually pretty... He's just talking about being in the fields, and describing the sky. Neato. So, I'll help you guys out here. It probably won't be that bad, actually. It's not really cryptic. You just take it pretty literally. But, like, actually, I say that, but, like, I don't know what the first two words mean in this context. Strapping down the river under the dark mountain. The heaven is like a... how do I say? It's like a bow, I think. No. Is that bow? No. It's like a yurt. Sorry. It's not a bow. Chong is a word for, like, door. Chonglu is like is the word for yurt. So what is a yurt? It's the tent used by the nomads in Central Asia, and it's still used today. So if you ever want to go out in a situation, end up running into the nomadic tribe, they'll be still using those yurt that were used thousands of years ago. It's crazy, but very, very cool. I love it. I love when traditions are held for so long. Ten is, so he's saying heaven is like a yurt. Spreading all throughout the enveloping the, how do I say this? See, enveloping the the vast country. The sky is dark blue, and the plain, the wild is how do I say this? Let me just second. And the wilds are vast. The wind blows the grasps. As it gazes down, hold on. As it gazes down on the cows and goats, I guess, maybe. He's just talking about life in the steppe, essentially. So they call this area the steppe in English. Like this wild, full of, like, you see, there's not a whole lot of plants. It's mostly grass. So it's perfect for raising, I don't know. Sorry, he's just saying the well has collapsed. Raising, goats. So he's saying the steppe itself feels like being in a giant yurt. And as the sky is like the top of the tent surrounding the area. Because I guess it does feel like a sea of grass. But we are out of time, so we may go ahead and obtain a few abaddons. That will be one of our missions. To try to obtain the monsters in the area. And then we're going to see if we can get to the Heavenly Mountain. Kind of interesting, we have access to Muspel as well. So that's pretty cool. He didn't rebel? Huh, weird, interesting. And we have the blue demon god herself. They're pretty interesting. So if you did enjoy today's stream, I guess we will continue this on Friday as we are hurtling toward the end. Like, probably the game is going to end in the Tang Kingdom. So I'm very curious how this is all going to go. Or are we actually going to end up fighting Satan and stopping his ambitions? I mean, history has been altered, so is this even real? But anyway, I guess we'll find out. In any case, if you did enjoy the stream, we do have a Discord which we discuss this game and other games of interest. Or you can follow us on Facebook or Twitter or X or a Blue Sky down below. And if you do want to see archives of previous streams, I've been uploading it pretty actively. I will definitely publicize more of them on that YouTube page. Of course, if you are watching from YouTube, you're already here, so please enjoy the archives. And I guess that's it for now. Guess we'll see you all on Friday, I know. But anyway, I guess as always, 晚安, which means good night. And 下次再见, which means see you next time. And 谢谢收看, which means thank you for watching. 求神祝福们, may God bless you. 愿你的一天有福. May your day be full of blessing. Hope you guys had a good one. And I guess we'll see you around. Bye now.